I see convoy has just come on.
Okay, we'll hold it up.
So, Father, thank you for joining us today. And I understand that you're going to join us briefly on the 17th. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Great, Father.
well, Father was at our 55th, I know. I'm not sure about our 50th. I forget. That's too long ago for me to remember. But Father, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for the support. Adam has been great. Everything we've asked of him, he's come along. I know he has a passion for Roman and its alumni. And you are alumni, right, Adam?
Yes, class of 2008.
There you go. So
wow.
it says it right on your picture.
Yeah, I put that in there to let everybody know. So
Good for you. Okay, Father, I'm sorry. Too much talking. It's your pulpit now.
Okay. So in the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. Father and maker of us all, you adorn all creation with splendor and beauty and fashion human lives in your image and likeness. Awaken in every heart a reverence for the work of your hands and renew among all your people a readiness to nurture and sustain your precious gift of life in the families with which we live, in the people that we interact, and the students whom we serve. We ask all these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for inviting me to your pre-planning meeting here. There's a lot of great things. It's been a crazy year, as you can appreciate, this COVID. But, you know, one of the things we're very proud of is that while so many schools have struggled to be open or not open, we've been open since September. We talked about Roman resilience, and it certainly has been demonstrated not only in our faculty administration, but even more so in the young men who are students here. I never thought I'd see the day where kids would say, Father, we want to be back to school. I'm like, what teenager ever says that? You know, it's like we were always trying to figure out how to get out of school. But in all seriousness, our guys really do love being here as students at Roman, and it's been a challenging time for them. And that's why the support we've gotten in so many different places from alumni and friends of the school to help these guys out. Some parents have experienced some really crazy times you can appreciate. And, you know, we're continuing the mission here at Broad and Vine. That's the thing. And it's a great thing, obviously, to be part of your reunion, but also to be very grateful for what you've done to support us to continue this great mission, you know, at Broad and Vine.
Thank you for your leadership, Father. You're steady as we go.
Oh, hold on.
I appreciate it. I feel many times more like an orchestra leader. Everyone else does the work. I just lead the band. You know, that's what goes on here.
Somebody's got to do it.
Well, Father, look, we all
May as well be you.
Let me tell you the funny thing, Father. Tom Moore and I were talking, and you know something?
I'm on this call and he keeps trying to voice me on me. I don't know how to get out of here.
Go in the room. And I talked to Tom Moore. He was as poor as I was.
Get back. I don't know how you do that.
Barry Johnson, who I thought was Gene Pugh wearing his clothes. He was born to come to Roman. And you think about so many of us who were fortunate enough to get a good, really two things, Father, not only a good education, but to get spiritually grounded in the faith. And Father, for someone like myself who's been overseas and one thing and another, when you're grounded in the faith, it's like the Lord just tethers you. You get to a certain point, but you can't get any further because the Lord, that ground, those values that I received from my grandmother and from you and Father Klein, Father Murphy, Father Nugent, Father Ivers, and all those good priests. And of course, we can't leave out the nuns who used to bounce me against the wall at Our Lady of Mercy too. But Jesus sent me, you understand? And so I'm just thankful to you, to Adam, to everyone in the Alumni Association that tap us on our shoulders and let us know what God has blessed you with, the anonymous individuals that allowed you to come to Roman. You need to pass that on to all those other young men who are in the same position that we were in. And Father, I only have one bone to pick with you, Father, and I'm going to pick this right now while everybody's here. I got a bone. Father, would you please stop? You're making me feel bad when you send me those letters and, oh, thank you, like I'm King Farouk. I want to thank you because you're passing up. Father, I know that. And I feel so bad. I got to the point right now, Father, I'm going to be honest with you. I see your letter. I told my wife, I said, baby, I had to hold this bad boy up because God's going to be telling me like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm just paying it forward, Father. So please, Father, the only thing you got to do is send me one statement. You don't have to say, please send me one statement for IRS purposes, and we're good to go.
Pops,
You make
let's
me
get.
feel bad, Father, really.
Hey, Pops, let's get some of these other guys on here.
Yeah, please, let's do that.
You're stealing the thunder. Listen,
You guys better start talking.
I want to tell you, Joe. I was talking to Joe Matera lately. And I know he has some illness in the family with his wife, and that's the main reason he's not able to come up and join us. So, Joe, welcome today. I'm glad you were able to get on. How's your wife doing?
Thanks, Tom. This is my very first Zoom, so I'm glad I can share it with the alumni from Roman Catholic.
Great.
My wife is she's hanging in there. She's got pancreatic problems, and we celebrated our 54th anniversary.
Nice.
Who would have thought that time could go by so fast? It's amazing. I remember looking at one of the bulletins at Roman, and I used to see, if you remember, I used to see the anniversaries, the alumni meetings, and I used to look and see 50, 60 years, and I used to think, God, those guys are really old. And just to see this, I mean, it's amazing. I'm looking at these names and I can't remember. I mean, Tommy, I remember you. You were in my homeroom. Barry Johnson, I remember him early on, freshman year. And I just wanted to say, it's really nice thing. I wish I really could be there. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm a Southern boy now. I'm a country boy.
We won't hold that against you.
I moved south back in '74, but I'm still an Eagles fan and I'm still a Phillies fan. And you just can't take your heart out of Philly. I mean, you can actually smell people from Philly or the Delaware Valley. They have that certain accent that I never knew I had.
Like, hey, yo, how you doing?
Yeah, right. Or use guys.
Hey, Joe. Joe was one of the pleasures I had of organizing this is getting a chance to talk to some of these guys. And Joe reminded me that he went to St. Joe's home on Allegheny Avenue, and a lot of us at Rome at that time, like Pop said, none of us were rich. The good we didn't know we were poor. And, because we had the love of our parents and the good sisters and the priest. And, we were brought up to me, I wouldn't want to be a kid today. I didn't have much, but I loved what I had. But think about Joe, he actually spent 2-3 years in the home, Joe?
Yeah, it was like being in prison. I swear, I look back at it now, Catholic or not, it was a tough time. It was half of my freshman year, my entire sophomore, and my junior year, and part of my senior year. So, I mean, I knew I was poor, and I was determined not to be poor after I got out.
You got validation, right? Hey,
can I interrupt for a second?
Yep.
Yeah, this is Mike Bielski. I just got a message from Connie Carr, who wants to get in on the call, but he didn't get the link. Is Harry there? I want to give him the telephone number and email for Connie Carr so he can join us.
Yeah, Pops, can you take care of that?
He's doing it now.
Doing it now, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay, you have his email?
Contact information.
Yeah, I'm texting him right now.
He's doing it now, Mike.
Great. Okay, thank you very much.
Hey,
Can you guys hear me?
Jumping back to another guy that is in Park City, Utah now, Bobby DeProspero. I kind of remember Bobby was on the fire department and moved out that way to figure out what he was going to do. And so thanks for joining us, Bob.
How you doing, guys? Yeah, I was in the fire department until I retired in '96 with an injury, and my wife was working. I just doing nothing around the house, and she's go visit her buddy out west. I did, and fell in love with Park City, and eventually bought a place there, a condo. And I knew my daughter moved out. She married a guy, and I knew my wife was coming out, so. We've been here 17 years, and big difference. Beautiful weather. I'm in Philly right now, in fact, for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, yeah.
All right.
And,
Good skiing out there, no?
I work on a mountain for the last, I guess, 18 years, 1 day a week, and they give you passes. And
78 years old. Are you still skiing?
I ski about 70, 80 days a year. I try to.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But, I really feel it though. You know,
I've had my knees replaced twice.
Whoa. Yeah, I had mine scoped a few
no more
times.
skiing. I can barely golf.
Well, hey, let me add a little note here. Now, talking about health issues, I just had a bout of shingles. If any of you guys have not had the shingles vaccine, get it now. Because shingles is excruciating. Terrible. Barry. Yeah.
You guys can mute yourselves if you can. In the top corner, right-hand corner, if you're not speaking, just mute, and then that will avoid the feedback.
Right.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you, Joe.
Okay, good.
So let's move down to Mike Bielski. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I believe you're out of state too, right?
I'm in Virginia. Near
Not able
DC.
to join us.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit what's going on. You know, I don't know if you guys all saw my email from last night, but I have this idea called What's Up 61.
Yep, got it.
And it's like, just tell us what you want to talk about. I mean, we all have stories we, really don't want to go through again. The journey's not always the high road. Sometimes there's a low road. And, but for when we're together this short period of time, whether it's on a Zoom or whether we actually get together on the 17th, I think everybody knows what they'd like to talk about. And for the sake of, not going through a whole lot of things that nobody really wants to talk about, if you guys could give me like about 5 sentences on the things you like to talk about. As I get 5 at a time, I'll post them in a PDF doc, and everybody should be able to read it. So whether you're at the reunion or whether you're following on Zoom calls and things like that, you'll have a good flavor for what your classmates are up to. So I hope nobody's offended by that, because we're only going to put in there what you want. But I've gotten a couple this morning, and so as soon as I get 5, I'll send it out, and then I'll rev it up until we get done with all this.
Okay, Tom, I'll send you some things.
I'll also send a list of what I believe are everybody that we've contacted, valid email addresses, and the phone number they'd like to have you call. That'll come in time. We've been working since we started reunions. We've been keeping a list of deceased classmates, and then Adam just gave me what the school has, which is only when families send it in. They don't go investigating this. But unfortunately, we're up to what I would call relatively verified. 83 of us are gone. So as we go through this, think of keep them in your prayers. Our classmates that aren't here and their families that miss them. But I just wanted to throw that out there, and we can talk more at the end of the Zoom meeting about the actual reunion. But I wanted to get back to Mike Bielski. Sorry, Mike, I just wanted.
That's okay. Also, I'll send some information. And can you send out the name of the deceased classmates too? Because the reason I ask is 1 year I was on the list when you sent it out, and Corey said, "No, I'm still here."
Yeah, well, that's why we honestly, actually, Pops was on our list last time. So, because nobody.
Hey, Mike,
Nobody
You're,
had heard from him, so I snuck him off before I sent it to him. But yes, yeah, we will send that list. Adam just gave me an update, and his information even helps us a little because it gives us the date of the death. So I will put the year of the death. Now, any of you guys that remember Joe Patrone, when we used to have the breakfast thing,
Sure.
Yeah.
he would bring his
Yeah.
yearbook and he would just say, this guy died, and he put an X through his picture. That's how he kept it. You know, that's how he was, who was living. And then he would put jail next to the guys that he knew were in jail. So, you know, he had a weird sense of humor. You think you're glad to see your buddies, and you're hearing about the ones that are dead and in jail.
Yeah, I know. No, so he's got an X through his picture now, right, Joe?
Yeah, so somebody
Yeah,
had the
yeah,
pleasure
yeah.
of putting an X through
Yeah.
his picture. But
One thing I remember, I mean, he had a terrific voice.
who, Joe?
Oh yeah, sang the
Yeah.
Purple and the Gold. He was terrific. He was good.
Yeah, he had a passion for and Pops, you would have loved him. He was a big time politician, Joe, on his own.
Yeah.
All right. Did any more? Who were we? Mike Bielski. Anything else, Mike?
No, I'm okay. I'm waiting for Connie Carr to come on.
Okay, let's go to Barry Johnson. Hey, Barry, how are
Hey,
you?
how you doing?
Good. How are
Well,
you?
Still alive. No, my memories of Roman, I think we've all said it, we were all poor. And it gave me an opportunity, since I grew up in a project, to see the other side of life. And I think the discipline and the education we got there helped me quite a bit. It actually launched me. So we've been living out in California for 15 years. When I stepped down as dean at Villanova, we thought we wanted to come someplace where there's sunshine. And I'm watching you, Tom, at sunshine, and we picked the one day we were having rain here. I have to put the lights on because it's pretty dark. I mean, but no, there's some fond memories. I mean, really, I remember all of you. What I did was I pulled out my yearbook.
Sure.
And so I remember the names, the faces have taken me, although Bielski probably looked the same back when we were in school. And I have nothing but fond memories about the school. It gave me great opportunities. And I think, as Pops and you said, Tom, I'll always be a Philadelphian. I mean, although most of my adult life I lived outside of it, but I am a Philadelphian. I mean, and part of that is Roman, and part of that is the parish you grew up in.
Mhm.
And when I hear you guys talk, it helps me walk down memory lane. It really does, because I remember some things about you that we shouldn't talk about in a Zoom call, but maybe at the reunion we will.
Sure.
Okay.
Barry, you're living in the nicest
Yeah.
the country in San Diego, and the 4 or 5 times I've been there, I was somewhat tempted that this might be the place, but my family's here, and
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the only one ever to leave Philadelphia. I live right across from Balboa Park, so you know.
oh yeah,
But you know, as you get older,
About that.
it's really the people you came up with and the
yep.
people you know. So it's nice. It's nice seeing all of you. And I'm looking forward to the 17th. I've made my plane reservations, so I'll be out there.
Hey, Barry,
Talk
Yeah.
about,
I have a
talk about
daughter
this-
living in Oceanside, so I'm there a lot.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah,
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll send you our contact information.
okay.
Because if you're going to come here, you have to look us up.
I'm there a lot. My wife is there a lot too. And
No
he lived
kidding.
in by
There you
off the stadium for a long while, and he
Yeah,
bought Legoland
yeah.
up in the above it, Carlsbad.
Okay, I'll send you the
There you
contact
go.
information, and
Good,
when you're
Barry.
out here, let us know.
So Barry put us on the Norman Brick House.
Yeah,
One of the last communion breakfasts I went to, where we had it in the school instead of the cathedral and all.
yeah.
Norman surprised us by showing up. Hi, Norm. Can you hear us, Norman?
I think this is first time on a Zoom call, so.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I sorry to interrupt, guys, but Father and I actually have a meeting shortly, so we weren't able to stay the whole time, but we wanted to make sure that we came on, and Father led the opening prayer, but also we're both going to be around on the 17th and really looking forward to it. And I thought it was important for those who won't be there on the 17th to know who I am, and that I'm here for you guys. If you need anything in terms of information or updates, you know, we're here for you to support you guys. And you know, this is always exciting. It's enjoyable work for me to hear the memories. I mean, being an 08 grad, the love and passion the guys have for Roman, even though the building has changed a lot or we've changed a lot over the years, that love and passion doesn't seem to change. And we're appreciative of that, because that's why we're still here 131 years, you know, going strong. So really looking forward to the 17th. Want you guys, you know, Tom has my information, Pops has my information. If you guys need anything, we're here to support you. Next week, we do have our annual Day of Giving, just to let that be known. There's class competitions and some fun stuff there. So if you take a look at that, and we really appreciate anything you do, but I know you guys have some plans for your purse and where that's going to help. And we're really excited for that. And we appreciate you giving back to our current guys. And yeah, so this is exciting. And, you know, I also hope you guys have as much of the time as possible.
Just add to Adam, like if you guys, those of you who are coming in, if obviously reunion is off site, but if you want to visit the school that day or that weekend when you're in, please give Adam, just drop him an email and we'll be able to show you around. We have a campus now. We have 3 different buildings and things have changed quite a bit. So you're more than welcome to stop in for a visit, take a little tour, and Adam can certainly coordinate that, you know, when you visit, especially those who are flying in from out of town. You're more than welcome here.
Yep, we would love that. We would love to have you guys come back and visit. So I echo that as well. Just let us know.
All right, one last thing before you guys, you may not know it, but Ace is on, and Ace is in charge.
That's why we're getting off.
I know. I thought we popped on and you guys are getting out. But listen, Ace takes his job serious. I've made him in charge of getting Roman trinkets for our reunion. So when he comes down this school, he's going to be hitting you guys up for what can I give my classmates? What can I give my classmates? I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it greatly.
He'll do a good job for us too.
Thank you, everyone. Good luck. We'll see you next season.
Okay, take care, Bob.
Thank you guys. Appreciate everything. I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. If you need anything, let me know. If you want to plan a visit with the school, let me know. And you know, appreciate all you guys are doing. Enjoy today. You know, I'm excited for you guys to be able to enjoy this afternoon together, reminisce and catch up, and it's good stuff.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, guys, have a great weekend.
Keep each other in prayer. Father, could you close us out in prayer, Father, please?
Certainly. I don't think you're leaving though. It's just for me.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were leaving. Okay, good.
Oh, I am, but the meeting's-
We're good, Father.
okay.
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Thank you. Hey, let's jump in. We have Mr. Joe Conboy. Joe's just getting off the pro tour. How you doing, Joe? I mean, this guy had the easiest job of anybody.
Oh, sure.
Can you imagine what it's like to be a professional golf guy for 40 years, Joe?
40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless him. So about a year and a half ago, I was at my club, you know, hacking around, and I saw the Conboy family getting together for some occasion, and there was 20 of them over there. So I boldly walked up and said, okay, which one of you is Joe? And he stood up. So we did have a few minutes, and he was glad to hear that we get together. And we were very, very hopeful he was coming this year, but I think things have changed. But Joe, say hello.
Hi, guys. Nice to see everybody.
Hey, Joe.
On the 17th, it's unfortunate, but I will be up in New Jersey. My grandson graduates from high school, and this is for Mr. Barnes over there. My oldest grandson yesterday enlisted, so he'll be going to Fort Benning, Georgia, in July for basic training and airborne school. And we're very proud of him.
It's grandson?
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's like, just to repeat.
I've got to get my hearing aids from the VA. Listen, send me that information because I know the general and all out there. So and I know when they're graduates. Let me know.
Here we go. Here comes the politicking again.
There it goes.
Hey, let's jump around. Ace has been on and he's biting at the bit to say hello to you guys. How you doing, Ace?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can actually hear me?
It's like being in the room with you.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh, that's bad. Listen, I want to give you a warning.
It's good you got a haircut or we probably had to take
That's right. I did. It was that or live on the street. Anyway, you can hear me, right? Adam Galt, in case you didn't know, he's a wrestling coach.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
he's going to be there as a doorman to make sure we don't act up. Yeah, he did a great job. I taught at Roman for over 30 years, and Adam did a great job. So it's just so glad he's going to be there. But I can't believe all these guys, they all look so young. Oh, I'm sorry. Bring that priest back. I need to go to confession.
That was only a little fib.
Oh, all right. Tommy, you're doing a great job. You look great.
Listen,
I'm telling you, you look like you're living in East Falls with all that wonderful. Again, I'm sorry, I lied.
Yeah, there you go, fibbing again.
Listen, Barry had a hell of a nice jump shot. I remember that very clearly. He also took me to dinner one time.
Yeah, he used to.
That's why I have to mention that jump shot.
He had some hops, something a lot.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and
hops,
is Norman on or not? Norman Brickhouse.
I don't know if he can hear us, but he's not talking to us yet.
Well, let me tell you, I expect the first pass when he passes me the salt at the table be the first pass he ever gave at Roman Catholic High School to a basketball player.
Yeah, the good old days, the good old days. So listen, we kind of jumped real quick. Bob Gallagher got disrupted when we introduced him. Hey, Bobby, say hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
It's nice to see all these Roman guys and all the St. John's boys too.
Yeah.
What's going on, Bob? How's things with you?
Well, the sad news I had is my brother Terry passed away about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, geez.
He was a 54 graduate of Roman. But my three oldest brothers, him included, graduated from Villanova the same year. And then I went to school with two of my other brothers at Villanova. So 6 of us went there. And Barry, I think you were in night school at the time when I was there. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And so you're one of 6 boys, Bob?
7 boys and 2 girls.
7 boys, 2 girls. Wow. That's quite a legacy. So
lived right across the street from school. He could never be late.
Right. No, that's why I'm always late, because I'd wait for the bell to ring and then I'd leave the house. Best times I remember is when you were homesick, in that last 2 days when you weren't really sick. I'd be laying in bed and that bell would ring and I'm thinking, those poor suckers had to go to school. And I'm here in bed.
You always like being one up one of the other guys, right?
Yeah.
Let's get back to Gilbert. Is it Gilbert? Do you go by Gilbert or Gil or
Gil?
Gil. Been a while, buddy. Tell us a little bit about.
Well, first of all,
in your life.
You know what? You sound like Michael Barkan. You ever listen to the? Really, I mean that voice. It really. But I have to say, this Zoom. Most Zooms I go to, everybody's talking at the same time, and I'm impressed how well you did. The other people I go to, I'll have to tell them to tune in and see how this is run. But the only other thing I was going to say is my last connection with Roman was when my 3rd son was going to school there and graduated in '98. And haven't seen it since. I I have some other friends that went to Rome and keep saying, oh, you got to go down to the mass and everything. And I was going to go to just to see all the additions that have made since my son graduated. I mean, it was still the old school with the worn out steps going upstairs, and they had a big speedy sign over the gym. But that was way back when, and you know, I wanted to check in and see what's going on. I remember Joe years ago when you were
Conboy?
Yeah, when you were in the caddy tournament.
Yeah.
At Overbrook.
Uh-huh.
Every time I go there, I remember I was your caddy. Did I do you any good?
You did all right.
All right, is that it?
There you go.
We managed to finish that round.
Yeah, well, it's more than I can do now.
So listen, I don't know how much time everybody's planning on being on the call, but I just wanted to open up any questions, certainly, I don't know if anybody saw my email this morning about the statistics, but there's still a lot of our classmates out there. I got to be honest with you. This is probably my 5th reunion I helped on, and it just gets old, you know, trying to track guys down. But every one of you guys knows some of these guys, and I'll be sending that list out of people we haven't been able to contact. And if by some chance, just like so many of you, their first chance in 60 years, you know, to bring that joy to someone else, I guess it's twofold. One, I just don't want to do it anymore. And two, you know, you can be the one that brings that joy by spending a little bit of time, making a phone call or checking out, try to find those guys, whether they be part of this or whether they be part of, you know, actually coming to the reunion. So, you know, we got, we're doing really good. I think we're doing good. We're up to 24 classmates, and we have, you know, 44 people coming. We got some alumni, we got some wives coming. And now Father's going to be there, and Adam's going to be there. So, and there's other guys still, you know, not sure, but anyway, it's not the number that counts; it's the quality of the time we spend, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's the night of the reunion. And I think we got a lot of things going on, but Pops and I shared a common belief. Father Hesburgh at Notre Dame, great educator, and Notre Dame, a great Catholic tradition, especially Irish Catholic tradition. And oh, by the way, I have a granddaughter going there in September. and I've been,
excuse
just
me,
run by Notre Dame.
I've been on, and by the way, Barry, she's in engineering. So
Oh, boy.
Tom,
yes.
Tom, can I interrupt for a second? This is Mike Bielski. I just got an email from Connie Carr. It says they never sent him a link. He wants to join us. Can the administrator please send Connie Carr the link to get on the Zoom call?
Yeah,
Well, I have Harry on it now.
yeah, I texted him to that 941 number. I'll try to call him again, but he went to voicemail, so I'll try it again.
Yeah, a couple minutes ago, I just got an email from him saying no, you can't get in. No link.
Yeah, but confirm what number we should call him to talk.
941
Yeah.
941 492
Yep.
3649.
Okay.
Repeat that again, please, Mike.
941 492 3649.
Okay.
649.
Yeah, I'm calling that number now.
Thank you.
But anyway, one of the things that Father Hesburgh said to his students, and by the way, his door was always open. Any student that was attending could walk in anytime, didn't have to have an appointment. But he says something I think is very, I discovered this a while ago, and it's kind of my mantra, and Pops brought it up this morning, but it goes as simple as this: do all that you can, the best that you can, for as long as you can. And that's kind of where we are. You know, we did a lot. You know, we're getting down to, you know, being done all that we can. and we can always get a little better with the best that we can. And then, sooner or later we'll run out of time for as long as you can. But it was kind of coincidental this morning that we were talking, and he kind of uses the same mantra. But and I think and then the other thing is, I don't know if any of you guys are Clint Eastwood fans or Keith Urban fans, but there's a song out there called "Don't Let the Old Man In."
Oh, yeah.
And go on your browser and just bring it up. And it's the song and a video with Clint Eastwood. I think it's a new movie he has out. But he was playing golf at 92 out at Pebble with this Keith Urban. And he said, I'm 92 now, Keith, and he's hitting the golf ball. I don't know, good or bad, doesn't matter. He's hitting it, right? And Keith Urban turned to him and he goes, Clint, how do you do this? And he said, every morning I get up and I don't let the old man in. And this song is beautiful. I play it weekly. Because at our ages, we're starting to feel some of that oldness some days. And something as simple as turning on that video just kind of brightens things up for me. And so if it works for me, maybe it'll work for other guys. But I like to share that with guys our age. It's we do need sometimes we need outside motivation. A lot of us are motivated anyway. But so with that, I'm going to leave it open to any questions anybody has about the reunion. I know Pops is going to talk more about additional Zoom meetings, and this one went extremely successful. So I can't imagine that another one wouldn't be good, hopefully before the reunion. But let me take on the question, and I'll do one more thing. Fundraise. I started this out not sure how many of us there would be. So the first thing I eliminated was trying to get a class purse. It's a pain in the ass, no doubt about it. And I'm not a good beggar, but we had a classmate, Gene McCoy. Everybody remember Gene?
Yep.
And Gene died like 40 some years ago. And his brother, Jimmy Gator, graduate of 63, started a golf tournament and a fund in Gene's name for scholarships, the Roman. So for 40 some years, this has been going on. I played in most of them. We have a local bar, Billy Murphy's, and he donated when he was living. He's gone. God bless you, Billy. But we raise money every year. And, and most years, like 16 kids are getting money from the Gene McCoy that are, and we tried to start it like for kids in East Falls where we grew up. And now it's gotten to the other areas, but now it's pretty open. And so what we're going to do is we will send you and the Gene McCoy Fund is now merged with the Joe Boyle Fund that does the same thing. They still have their golf outing, and Joe Boyle and Gator are good friends, and so we're going to be running under. They have multiple names, but it'll be one fund. So what we'll do is I'll be sending you guys a letter about the fund, and that as in recognition of our 60th anniversary, any donations that you would like to give to this worthy cause. And I know several of the kids that are getting the money, and I know their parents. And I know I have a person I worked with through my ministry, a Spanish woman, and she sent her son there. And instead of me giving my annual giving now, I give it to Joe's fund. And that goes direct. And I talked to Adam about this, and you can adopt a student or you can do something like this. So because I know this family, and she wrote Joe and I a tremendous email a couple of months ago. She went in to pay her Roman bill tuition, and their roof had just leaked. She didn't know how she was going to do it. She was praying to God. And she goes in on the website, and it said paid by the George Boyle Fund. And she wrote this beautiful letter, and we immediately gave her more money for. But I think we can all relate to this. And I know I'm taking a lot of time, but I've probably been around Roman, other than Ace as much as anybody. And for this Gator G. McCoy Fund, I was asked one time, to go down to, they have a little dinner. The students throw the dinner for the people that are giving these scholarships. And I guess they were light on attendees, so they asked me to go. But I walked in and there's like 15 young men, all nationalities, dressed in their purple sweaters and their gold rings, and they're so proud to be Roman Catholic high school students. And young man said, "So sir, could you tell me what it was like when you were here?" And my first words, "Nothing like this," you know? and I said, as a matter of fact, most of the teachers and priests here just put, you know, they want to shuttle us through and get us out. And, you know, I can say honestly that not one teacher ever took any interest in my academics, but took a lot of interest in my behavior. And I just laugh thinking about it. I believe that's where we came from. But nevertheless, this school, what it does now for the kids there now is just magnificent. It's just, it's as good as you can do. And to still have that school, the alumni of that school, it's really worthy of our prayers for them. And also, if we have a few bucks, we can send their way. So as members of the class of 6, guys, to see what you can do there. And the second part is that night, just for a little fun, we're going to have a 50-50, $5. Put your name on the bill, put as many fives in there as you want. We'll pick one, and hopefully that person will donate it back. And we're going to hand that to the Roman alumni. So fundraisers, but I want to put the emphasis on the Gene McCoy, George Boyle Fund, because that goes directly to students that really need our help. And not that the alumni fund doesn't, but it's more general. And I think we always feel better when we know where they're going, and we'll certainly, they post who the students are each year that they give the money to. So it's a beautiful thing. Ace, do you want to say anything about that?
Hey, Tom, could I break in 1 minute? Norman Brickhouse just contacted me. He can't get in, and I was wondering if Harry could call him.
Sure. Pops, you on
His number is 215-276.
Wait a second, back. Hold it up for a second.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah,
All right.
Okay,
Wait.
215.
215-276-1805.
1805. Hold on a minute. Someone else calling me quick.
Okay,
Hello?
thank you.
Did Carney Carr get on yet?
No, when we were trying to get it on, everything baited out. Zoom started acting up. So my emphasis is to keep us on as we are right now without losing anyone.
Okay.
So he's working on Norman, and he's going to get on Connie. And
Okay. All right. Thanks so much.
All right.
Yeah. I'm called. Can you give me that number again? Connie said he'll take a rain check on today. So the Norman, you said?
Yeah, Norman Brickhouse's number is 215-276-1805.
1805. Okay.
He was indicating he couldn't hear anything.
after we get Norman, try to get Connie, try to go back and get him on.
Well, he said he'll take a rain check on
He'll
today.
take a rain check next time. Okay.
Hey, Pops, by the way, please don't wear that Army hat. I was in the Marine Corps. I just want to let you know that.
And I was in the Navy. I've already told him about that, Barry.
Let me turn it around like that. Is that better, Barry?
No, it's worse.
Just wear a hat with the American flag and we can all get.
That's exactly right.
There you go. There you go. God bless America. Hey, so I'm going to just finish up with what we're trying to do there. So the fundraiser, something I'm not sure I could write an email that maybe you could get the full feel for it, but I'm hoping you guys are all in for that, as our class first will be through this thing.
No.
And Tom,
send it to us.
like Ace said, I mean, he taught down there for how many years?
30 something.
Yeah. So the kids coming out of there. Ace, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm amazed. We're sending so many kids to Ivy League schools. We have our top kids are and I taught at the prep also, relatively close to the prep. We have an excellent staff to do the A students. Excellent. The other kids get a good education too. We have an excellent academic program. We now have 3 buildings. They have a brand new art center, which is fabulous. And then we have the alumni hall, which is an old building. And I say it's great because it used to be the morgue. And I said, well, most of us were brain dead when we went there. So it's probably good the alumni work out of the old city morgue. But that's about a block from the main building, and the art center is about 2 blocks. But it's basically the same campus. So everything's the same, Broad Street. It's great. You're having class and all of a sudden the bands are yelling and screaming. You have to stop and the kids are, oh, great. We got a little break here, because Broad Street's always got something going, and Vine Street, whatever. But yeah, it's just so much of it hasn't changed and so much of it has. And it's great to see everybody here and bring you up to date. I've been down there last week about 5 straight times. So I'll tell you, it's really going good.
By the way, Ace, you look better now than you did when you were in school.
Ace, can I tell the Squire McGuire discussion?
Oh my God! Yeah, so make sure Lenny McCoy gets the blame.
We had
initiated
G McCoy, Len McCoy, Tom Moore, and Ace McCann, all in the same class. This is senior year, mechanical drawing. We have no interest in mechanical drawing, but we're not smart enough to take other stuff. So anyway, the class is over. It's like May. I'm going to say May. And so we're walking out. And Ace, Ace was a clown, still is, but Ace says, sir, we used to call Sir Squire, so anyway.
Brill cream.
Sir,
you used to call him Brill cream.
And so he's been doing this, Brill cream. So he's been doing this all year, sir. So McGuire's not paying attention to him. And he's like, no, sir, this is really serious. And so we kind of stopped going out the door. He says, I'm applying for the seminary. A higher grade for me. And I'm like, oh my God, he's doing all. So I'm throwing a little bit of me into this, but the week after we graduate, I go to boot camp in the Navy, me and Billy Wynn, a classmate of ours. I get out in boot camp, I get a letter from somebody that says Ace is in the seminary.
I know.
You gotta be kidding me. For one time, he was honest.
That was a shocker, Ace.
So that's that's some of our classmates from '61. I'd like to just jump on and add anything that they would want to do today.
Mike Bilski, where do you live in Virginia?
Sterling, Virginia is outside of DC. That's 20 miles from DC.
I'm down in Williamsburg.
Oh, okay, yeah. Picturesque part of Virginia. I'm half the year here. I'm half the year here and half the year in Florida near Tampa. But this year's sort of up in the air, so we're still here. We'll go back in the winter.
Got it.
I have a daughter who lives down in Tampa. That's the sunny part of the world we picked.
Okay.
Guys, do you remember the dome that was on Roman?
Yeah.
Before the fire.
I was going through my things and I found a medal that was given to sports awards in 1961. I still have it. And it's really, it was made of copper. Really neat. I don't know if any of you have it.
How about our junior year, 16th and Porter? Woo!
Yeah, 16th and Porter, right.
Yeah, really.
All
These stories about 16th and Porter. I mean, I think it took us in the Falls about an hour and a half to get down there. I don't know about other guys.
Yeah, it was a hike.
I remember walking when we got off the subway, which stopped at Snyder Avenue. I remember there were shootings in South Philly, against the black community. And that's like 1960, right?
Yeah.
And when we got off of the, at Snyder, there'd be cops waiting for us every day. And they made us, if anybody used the subway anyway, and they made us wait till there was like 20, 25 of us. And they would walk down Broad Street with us to Porter, I guess, and then we went up to 16th, right? You guys remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
There was.
I don't
there
remember
was-
that part. I don't remember that part, but still, I
There was
remember.
there was mobster shootings all over South Philly.
Yeah.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Italian neighborhood.
That's why you moved your protection, witness protection. They got the Materas out of town.
Hey. You can't look. I'm Mediterranean Irish, maybe someday. But most of the time, I'm Italian.
I like that.
Hey Joe, I was.
You know what I
had a-
remember about that down South Philly? We
What?
had those girls from Saint Maria Goretti.
Oh yeah.
And
Goretti's Gorillas, yeah, Goretti's Gorillas.
I mean, they were the prettiest Italian girls you ever want to see.
To see him now.
Yeah. So Joe,
Tommy, when-
you mentioned briefly about your cousin John Matera, another classmate of ours.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to John. He lived in Collegeville, and then he had moved to somewhere in Delaware, and we never heard from him again. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
And he was my first cousin.
Tommy, I want to say,
Go ahead.
can I
Tom.
say something about South Philly?
Sure.
Go ahead.
No, I don't mean the school. Monsignor Farrell was at St. Monica's, and he gave us the school for that summer, or well, for that year. During the fire, he called Monsignor Dolan and said, "Listen, I got a school. I just bought it for St. Monica's, the Baldwin School. You guys can have it." So before the fire was out, we had a school. They have a brick in the schoolyard which we dedicate. You can buy a brick, whatever, and it has Monsignor Farrell, the year he graduated from Roman, and it says Savior on it. And everybody looks at it like, what the heck is this guy Savior? And so if you're down at the school, it's on the far left-hand side,
Okay.
in the back, and it says Monsignor Farrell Savior. So you are one of the few people that know why Monsignor Farrell is a savior. He saved us. Otherwise, we probably would have been going to St. John's up in Roxborough. Woo!
Right.
Picture that.
And does everybody remember where the lunchroom was?
There was none.
It was in the old coal bin where they used to keep coal.
Yeah.
And the radiators would rattle, the floors. I got so many stories from that year. We'll save that for the reunion.
Hey, Tom, when you
Anything
mentioned,
else?
do we remember? I have a friend at 86 who tells me, I've seen a lot of things, I've done a lot of things, I just don't remember a lot of things.
I think we got Norman on. We're going to try to do Norman as
Oh
a
my
speaker.
All right. Where is?
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, Norman, we're going to try to patch you in.
All right.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Hey, Norman.
I can hear you
We can hear
on the
you.
phone.
We can hear you
Usually
also.
you're late, Norman.
We can hear you.
Okay, go
We're
ahead,
all above
Norman.
water. Yes, we are above water. That's all that counts. I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, tell us how you're doing, buddy.
One day at a time.
There you go. It's a good one.
I
That's a
put a
good
sign
one.
out front. Brookhouse don't live here anymore, so the angel of death won't stop by.
Hey, Norman, I remember one time in the gym, you were bouncing the ball. You said, hey, watch this shot right here. I said, what? He went to the top of the key, turned around, did a 360, flipped the ball, and it went in. I said, you can't do that again. Norman took the ball, went back, went to the top of the key, did a 360, hooped it in. I said, oops.
There it is.
Tommy told me that.
He still tries to do
Norman
it.
wants to know if you took a video of it. He wants to see it again.
I wish I could. We can't go back. That's for sure. We cannot go back.
Really.
But
We're working in overtime.
those of us who can still remember a little, we can do a little bit of that, right? So God bless you. I know I'm getting close to that. I may have to run, but that doesn't mean you guys can't continue. And Pops, thank you.
Tom, what's that mean? You have a tea time?
Pops and Harry,
Hey,
a wonderful job.
Tom, I want to thank
Tom, you're
you.
drinking too much.
I want to thank you for all that you've done. And really, Tom, I really appreciate that. And I'd like to say something. You know, all of us realize right now in the tunnel of life, I tell my grandchildren, I said, right now when you're traveling in the tunnel, you see that little pin light? I said, eventually you're going to get like your great-grandfather, your grandfather, and it's going to be a glare. So we're all at that stage. God has given us longevity where the tunnel is a glare. And Tom, you brought up a good point. We need to take some of that glare while we're still on this side of the earth. And I'm hearing all of y'all talking about all the good things that you all are doing for those who are less fortunate than we are. God has blessed us with years. He's blessed us with comfort. And we need to really jump on the bandwagon and start sharing some of the goodness that God gave us with others. I'm also hoping that this is the first. My heart is so full right now looking at some of you guys, knowing that you're doing well. And Bob, by the way, I'm a transplanted Southerner. I like my grits and gravy, but I still love those cheese steaks down at Pat's whenever I come. I can't wait. And give me a hoagie. There's Subways that don't even come nowhere near. So I gain about 5 or 6 pounds whenever I come to Philadelphia. But I'm hoping that we can do this again. Yeah. Let Tom know we can hook it up. It's real easy. And if it has made your heart as full as it has made mine, we need to do it again. And so I just appreciate all of y'all. I really do.
Thank you, buddy. Listen, don't forget, take a little note there. Give me your what's up stuff so we can continue to share this as we got another month about where we'll be thinking about Roman and our classmates, and some coming, but some coming back on a Zoom. So the more information you can share, I think the better conversations we'll have. And again, the emphasis is on all the good stuff in your life. And I know there's a lot there to do that. So God bless you guys, your families, just really so great to be talking to you guys. And the Zoom has taken us up the first couple of steps towards the reunion. So God bless you.
Okay, I just want to say a few things. Barry Johnson, Mike Bielski. I just want to talk to you directly.
Yeah, Mike.
I'd like to see you again. It's been a long time.
I know.
You're in San Diego, right? I have family on San Diego. They're in Santee. You know,
Can you get out this way? Yeah, I know where that is.
Once in a while, I come out there. If I'm ever out there, I'll look you up.
Okay, look.
Everybody has
you get
friends
the
in San
directory?
Diego. Barry, you're going to have to buy another house for the class of 61 coming.
Right. Hey, did everybody get the directory that just came out?
I did not. I got the last one.
I did.
In it has everybody's address.
I don't have that. I'd like to get that if someone would send it to me, please.
Okay, yeah. Hey, well, why don't we do this? We can exchange addresses by email.
Absolutely.
Since we have everybody's email.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Barry, I have a list of everyone in the class of 61. We have email addresses, we have home numbers, we got, and I don't know they're all accurate, and we have addresses. So for all these.
Did you send that to us?
Yeah, I will. But, it just takes time, guys. It's taken a lot of my time. And then I verify all that against what the school has, and they have something different. So before the reunion, you will all have that, and maybe before the next Zoom call, because it's so important to have that, right? And it also saves us time when we're together, that we don't have to exchange all that. There is a database there, and I work on it an hour or two, the nights that I don't have other things to do, but it's coming. The same with the list of the guys we need to be praying for. And then also with what's up. So there's more coming. Just help where you can, share what you can, and then go find some more classmates, because this is fun.
Okay.
Tom, could you send me that information, you and Ace, on those scholarships, those the individuals, kids that are being helped through what you guys are doing?
I have a draft of a letter that Gator just sent to people. So I'm going to take that draft and I'm going to send it to him and Joe Boyle. So you guys will have that next week.
Great, great. That's great.
Thank
And if
you.
anybody wants to volunteer to help me, look up my number and call me. I can use it. You know, it gets I got to tell you, it gets old. You know, it's doing a whole lot of other things, good things in my life, but this is my payment back to Roman, and it's very joyful because of all the good stuff like today. So I do have to run. God bless you. And
All right, thanks, Tom.
See you, Tom.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it all.
All right,
Thank you all.
appreciate it, Tommy.
Fellas, I don't know about you all, but this is, this is so heartwarming for me. Ace, let me tell you something. I haven't been to Philly in a while. If I was standing down on Market Street, with Market Street being full, you still got that smile, not looking at the grade, not looking at anything. You smile the same, because you always had that little mischievous. Everybody had to look at you. What is he up to now? What is he going to do now?
Well, I'll tell you something about, let me talk about Norman for a minute. Norman was a great player. When we were freshmen, we won 20 games. We led the Catholic League as freshmen. Norman averaged 20 points a game. And what do I remember the most? I got kicked off the team 3 times, and the 3rd time I got kicked off was because Norman stole a ball, went down, made a layup, turned around and start running back and smiled, and he was missing 2 front teeth, and I broke up laughing, and McMenamin pulled me out. What the hell? That's it, you're done. I told you one more time. He kicked me off the team. I said, Coach, come. No, I don't want to hear it. So, Norman, I still am mad at you.
Oh, God. It's so good seeing all you guys.
It is.
It is great. It is great when you think about it. The many of our classmates who are no longer here, but not only that, I think about the many people that I've known who aren't here, and it's when you realize that God has gifted you. And there's a prayer that I remember Sister Agnes Dolores, and I say it, and I say, Lord, thank. And we used to have to say it every morning at Our Lady of Mercy, and it's in, and I found it. By the way, when I was overseas, I found this. I said, "What is this?" In one of the old shops. I said, "This is in English. It's one of those old black missalets." And it said, "Lord, I thank you for my food and drink, my health, and all my powers of body and soul. I thank you for your holy lights and inspirations, for your care and protection." And this is the kicker. "And for all those other mercies, which I do not now recall, or which I do not know how to value as I ought." And it's that part that really gets me, because I think back over my life, the many things that I've been involved in, and how places I put myself into, and just how God brought me out of it. And I could look back years later and see it through the eyes of faith and know unmistakably it was nothing that Pop Barnes did, that the Lord maneuvered me out of danger, and He was giving me what I've got. So all of us, I think, can speak to that. And looking at you all, I know I'm blessed, but looking at you all, my classmates, makes me really realize how all of us are truly blessed in life. And this has been, I hope you guys want to, hey, let's do something. I know everybody's got different schedules. Let's try to figure out, and Tom I've been coordinating with Tom, when we can do this bad boy again, because I'm getting ready to call the mayor and let him know I will not be at that meeting, because I'm on a high right now, a spiritual high, just seeing you guys and spending time with you. And so we need to just kick around when we can do something like this again, tag our other classmates, so we can all feel good, because I know you all feel every good bit as good as I feel right now.
Okay, let me ask a question. Does anybody know if they're going to have the communion breakfast this year?
I don't think so. I think basically for financial reasons, we don't have the communion. We have it at Roman. So yes, we have it, but it's not at the hotel. We do
I know,
have.
I know. I've been at the Roman one several times, but last year I missed it because of the epidemic.
Oh, okay. You want to know if we're going to have it this year? You mean?
Yeah,
Well,
November of this year. Yeah. Do we know yet?
no, but I could find out.
Could
I
you?
could
Okay, I
find
just
out.
thought somebody knew because it looks like we're coming out of this. We finally got a president, so we may come out of this and we may have one.
Hey, Ace, let us know, man. I'd come too.
In the gym, it's in the gym. Norman will be there.
Oh God.
I'm going to sign off too.
Man.
Hey, Ace,
Yo,
one of the beauty here is I haven't seen almost everybody except you and Norman in 60 years. I still remember you never told me you were going into seminary. I was at the cathedral and all of a sudden I feel this offering box banging against me. And I looked down the aisle and it was you. I thought you were kidding with that cassock on. I couldn't believe that.
You knew what I felt. I said, what? Jeremy, what?
He's throwing
Oh,
you to the
God.
seminary. Yeah, I thought,
oh
I
man.
miss my Tommy.
you look good though, man.
Well, thank you. I'm telling you. Look at Norman. Oh man, I went to Norman's. What was it? Retirement. Remember, Norm?
Yes,
Remember
I do,
at
Tommy.
the FOP? And the head of the FOP thought I was a detective because I guess I wore a suit coat or something. I don't know. And he kept coming over. And somebody said, he's trying to get your vote. He's running for re-election. I'm not even a cop. You don't know that.
This is nice.
Oh, Norm, I don't know.
I don't know, boy. I don't know.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Does anyone know where George Butler is?
No, man.
No, I haven't heard from Butler in
I
60
saw him
years.
2 years or 3 years ago in a restaurant.
And I tell you, a guy that we grew up together in the same block, and I know he was in the same situation that I was in. And I was in Philadelphia at a conference, and they had some social workers there, and they mentioned Dr. Thaddeus Mathis. I said, Thaddeus Mathis.
Oh,
I was so happy to hear because Thad was we all were poor. And what some of you guys don't know is that when I was going to Roman, I was also the janitor at night at a place at past Girard Avenue. It's called Interchemical Corporation, where I went in there and I had to scrub the floors in a part and clean the office. So every time I go to Philadelphia, I stop down at the John Newman Shrine, and I always stop down there. But Thaddeus Mathis is a story that you need to print a book about. And I shared some things with Barry, but he lives 4 blocks from me. And I told people in that area we lived, we were poor. One day we had rice and beans, the next day beans and rice. So we were really poor. And when I was at a conference and I heard the social workers mention that, and I said, Thaddeus Mathis. And I started talking to one, and he is Professor Emeritus. Am I correct me if I'm wrong, Barry?
Yeah.
Professor Emeritus at Temple University, I think social work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes, he is.
And so, that goes to show you God's goodness,
He came to one of our reunions.
Oh, you did?
Oh, did he?
I think I remember. Yeah, he came the one time. I remember seeing him and talking to him.
Do you have his contact information, Barry?
Yeah, I do. I'll send it
when
to
I
you.
come to Philadelphia, he's one of the ones that I really want to stop by and see Thad, and don't even know. Well, do you keep contact with him?
No, I talked to him when I was at Villanova, but I don't know if you guys knew, but I just received a directory from about the graduates of Roman Catholic, and on it gives the addresses of everyone.
In the phone numbers.
In the phone numbers, yeah.
Who'd you get that from?
Because I'm gonna call Thad.
I
Saturday
think
night-
about 6 months ago, the corporation that put it together contacted us. And for a donation, we would get it. You know who would know is not
Adam
just Father
Gold?
Bongar, but the guy we were talking.
Adam Gold.
Yeah, he would know. You can call him and ask him.
Yeah, I'll call Adam. I'll call Adam and get.
And by the way,
when I come
Pops,
to Philly.
Hey, look at it. Look at Norman.
Look at Norman.
hey, Pops, just one point. You kept.
I would love when I come there to get in touch with Thad and some of the other fellows, classmates, just to say hi. I tell you, one guy I've got to see is Anderson. John Anderson. I can't wait to see. John Anderson used to tease me every morning. He always had something to do. He was doing two things. He was teasing me, and he always had his comb out, combing his hair. So I've got to see John Anderson. I'm dying to see John Anderson.
Well, let me tell you, I
he
do
doesn't
see
have hair
John.
anymore. He doesn't have hair anymore, so you have to worry about that.
No, he doesn't. And Barry might know him because he had a season pass to Villanova games. He was a very good friend of John Kelly, who was my good friend. I talked to Mo a week ago because Tommy asked me to call him and to call Norman, who I could not contact. But I guess Norman's on the witness protection program. Yeah, well, anyway.
So Barry's to blame.
Barry don't want nobody talking to me. He said I don't behave myself.
Hey, by the way, don't call Norman during the day. He's sleeping.
Oh my God!
Good. I'm glad. Norm, I'm glad they're hitting on you because I'm tired of people hitting on me. Anyway, Mo Anderson, I talked to him a couple days ago. He will be there. And he didn't have a stamp, he said. He owns a farm. But he didn't have a stamp.
I like to
He
kid
said
around with
he's
people
mailing
today.
it.
Since I've been retired.
So he
I'm up
will be
every
there.
day at crack of noon.
There's my Roman Catholic. I think that one outdid Norman's, didn't it?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Aren't I? Bobby the Prospero.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you work for the paper, the school paper?
No.
Oh, all right, good.
I was in a play.
Oh, you did a play?
And football, yeah.
What was the play?
Girl Crazy or something like that. I think
I
it was.
Norman was in that.
Wait a minute.
I think Norman was in that.
Second Childhood, I think it was.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Whew. Paul Bryson, we're trying to get him there. And Paul Bryson taught at Roman. Paul Bryson, he was our class. Played football.
Wendover.
Let me tell you something
he
funny.
taught at Roman also for a couple years. And Pat McKee, who was in our class, helped with the basketball team for years. And he was a coach, but he was also a recruiter. He got us some great kids. He got us some great kids from Jersey. All right. One of whom eventually led the NCAA in scoring at 27 points a game and went to Europe, played for years, and he's in our Hall of Fame. So McKee, his great job was recruiting for Roman Catholic High School. And I got a lot of state champion jerseys and all. So Pat McKee did a great job. So, and his son played on our championship team along with Marvin Harrison. So he and Marvin Harrison are also very friendly. So, but anyway, Paul Bryson called me at school and said, Jimmy Keenan is very, very sick. He's on his deathbed. We'll go up after school. We went up and he had just passed away. We went to his house. We were there about 10 minutes after he had passed away. And so Paul Bryson and myself were there the day that Jimmy passed away. So that was just a fond memory of a sad day. But they said Jimmy was very, very accepting of the fact that situation that he had. So if you remember Jimmy Keenan.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
St. John the Baptist. Yeah.
That's right. St. John the Baptist.
Yeah.
But let me say, Tommy Moore's done a heck of a job. I mean, incredible.
Yes,
amount of
yes.
time and
Oh,
energy.
he's done a fantastic job.
And since he's not here, Bobby, you mentioned something. Who mentioned about the awards banquet and the
I did, Tom.
Okay, yeah. Well,
It was in
you know what? Give me a
61.
call because we have something special for Mr. Tommy Moore.
Oh, good.
And that directly pays into the fact that I do lift things on occasion. And I lifted something that night at a banquet. So give me a call.
You know, he was pretty tall when we were in high school. I think he grew 2 more feet afterwards.
Wow.
What
Who?
direction?
Tom Moore.
What
Oh,
direction
yeah,
did he
yeah.
grow?
He did. Well, he played basketball.
Yeah, but boy, he wasn't that tall.
He was. He played. All right. No, I know what you mean, but yeah, he was. That's why he was a forward. But
Yep.
he was thin. And so he's really, there's 2 of them now, the thin one and then the other.
And you know, your comments about somebody being not that tall reminds me of a Polish joke that somebody told me one time. I'm Polish, so I accepted him. There was this terrific plane accident where everybody in the plane is killed, and they're trying to identify the bodies. I identified everybody except one body. So these 2 Polish guys go into the morgue, and they say, "We're looking for our brother Stash. We think he was on the plane." And the mortician says, "Wait here." So he goes in the back room, he comes out with a head. And the mortician holds his head above his head. And the 2 Polish guys say, "Nah, that can't be him. He wasn't that tall."
Hey.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Hey, listen, guys, I got to take off because I'm here for another week and I got a lot of visiting to do. Really nice being with you. It's really
Nice
is.
to meet you all.
Bobby, before you go,
Listen.
hold on.
Yes.
Tommy Moore is not on. Am I correct? He's not on?
No,
All right. You see that?
Yep, you got one
That's
too.
the medal you're talking about.
Yep, that's
Hold on,
supposed to
there
be
it
for
is.
that's the dome. They said it was a brass one from the dome.
Yeah, and
It was
we,
in a little packet.
Yeah, I have that.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I happen to get an extra one. So you're going to see it. And it's going to be presented to somebody who's been very helpful with the committee here.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
I have
Hey,
to get the
listen, you guys,
first
look,
blessing, though.
we need to start deciding when we can, we need to exchange each other's information, call, we need to stay in contact after such a long time. And we need to also decide when we could do another one of these. It's maybe
Okay.
really good. And Norman, by the way, I got a great grandson. He done showed me some moves now, so I'm going to check you out next time we get together.
I have a great grandson who's the starting guard for the school in California, an educated school.
Oh, wow, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Stanford, Norm.
That's
Great grandson. And my great granddaughter, she just graduated from the University of California, and she was a basketball star.
awesome.
Wow.
Hey, guess what? We know where the genes came from, Norman. You
You
did a great
think
job.
It came from that first wife. She was a basketball star too.
Look, you guys, think about the next time we can get together. This has been awesome. We need to come up with another time so we can all feel good and get up here and talk to each other. God bless you. Keep me in your prayers, and I will keep y'all in mind.
All right, thank you
All
guys.
right.
Thank
You
you.
guys take care.
All right, guys. Love you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you, Ace.
All right. Love you, Norm.
I love you also, Tommy.
Love you guys.
Okay. You guys all take care.
Okay, bye.
You also. Bye-bye.
All righty.
Y'all take care, guys.
You too.
God bless you all.
God bless every one of us.